Hey guys, this is RJ with my partner Jay Weston. We're going to be talking about Tekken Bloodline. Tekken Bloodline starts off with Jun and Jin Kazama. It's a few years after the King of Iron Fist Tournament 2. Yeah. It's about, I believe, 10 or 11 years around there. I think Jin is about like 14 at that time. Mm-hmm. He goes in, he lives with his mother in the woods. We start off with Jin having some bullies.
Yeah, that's weird. Like Jin having bullies, right?
Well, we know how he goes in and like becomes like a freaking specimen of a man.
Right? Yeah, I'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. We'll go ahead.
So goes in, right? He fights him off, right? But later on, right? His mother is telling him a whole bunch of stuff, like control your anger, all that good stuff. Which is a little bit of foreshadowing on that part, I believe.
Right.
So then goes in, Ogre then comes out, right? But before that, right, Jun tells Jin if anything happens to her, find your grandfather, Heihachi Mishima.
Heihachi Mishima.
Very good.
Yeah,
all right,
that was
so
hard
then
for me to say a while ago.
So then Ogre goes ahead, kills her. All right, he goes to his grandfather, tells him everything about it. His grandfather obviously doesn't believe him at first, but then he shows up, all that good stuff. So then later on, we have a lot of training montages, just like in the 80s movies, right? Yeah. Goes in, afterwards happens, right? Yeah. He's now grown up, he's trained, all that stuff. At this time, I believe Jin is about 19, maybe 20 years old.
Yeah, he trained him for 4 years. That's what he said in the anime, at least.
All right, there you go. Afterwards, then the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3, he does it, right? But he's the reason why is because he wants to draw out Ogre.
Oh yeah, the guy that killed the thing that killed his mother.
Yep, because he wants to get samples from him, from like his like flesh, his DNA, and all that good stuff.
I was kind of confused on that part too in the anime. Like, why did they want to? Like, I know he wanted to draw out Ogre for his mother so he can get revenge, but Heihachi, I don't know.
Heihachi, yeah, he wants his DNA to like, I believe it's to like get into himself that way he can get more powerful, right? And I believe he has some regenerative stuff.
Okay, so it's for
with Ogre.
Him.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing on the anime, like the reasoning why. I thought it was just to destroy him, but I guess not, right?
Oh no,
capture him at that point. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to capture him, which he fails though. He fails to capture him though.
Yeah.
Okay, so then King of Iron Fist Tournament 3 happens. Jin is a contender. Now they first tell him not to tell that he's part of, the Mishima bloodline and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
He does this, that way Ogre can come out. So we go in, we have a whole bunch of different fight scenes with the tournaments, which is, if you're a fan of the games, you like it.
What's funny though, to be honest, dude, the hardest fight Jin had was against Heihachi, his grandfather. Oh yeah. Everything else, dude, it looked like he beat everybody easily, right?
The power of being the main protagonist.
Exactly, but it wasn't like it was even that close, man. He looked like he was just molly-whopping everybody.
Well, yeah. So Jin is very powerful. Not to mention he has H on his side, right? He's been training with Heihachi for a long time now, right? Mm-hmm. So that happens, and the reason why I say is like super good because like there are combos that you can do in the game are some of the combos that you can actually see in the anime, which was to me was like just I felt like my hands were just going in and like come on, let's do it.
I like the like electricity effects they were doing.
Oh yeah, it's a Mishima thing. Yep.
Yeah, that was dope.
Ogre does come out, right? They're gonna start and fight and all that good stuff, right? Jin basically beats Ogre. Ogre then transforms into true Ogre.
That was kind of confusing too. And I was just like, I thought he died, and then he went into the sky and it came back down. I was like, who is this?
Yep, it becomes true Ogre.
Different creature. Also, okay, so it's the same Ogre. I thought it was a different.
No, it's the same one.
Okay, that was a little confused. See, It was good that way. Like the visuals are good. I think the 2D was really good because they mixed it. I mean the 3D. They mixed it with 2D a little bit, and it was done better than most.
The most? Okay.
Yeah. I do. I'm a 2D enthusiast. Now.
For
I just
sure,
wish
for
they
sure.
just made everything 2D, but I understand time restrictions and the production. It is harder to do it all in 2D.
Yeah, no, I
guess
gotcha.
it depends on the time that they're allotted. So
Yeah.
back on subject. Sorry. Go.
So good. Yeah, so True Ogre comes out. The reason why, I knew what was going to happen somewhat is because in the game, once you beat Ogre, it transforms into True Ogre.
On the games? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that's why, I was like, okay, so now True Ogre has to come out.
If you don't know, RJ is a super fan of Tekken.
Oh, God, I love Tekken so much. So True Ogre comes out. Jin defeats it. He kind of transforms, I believe, into... Devil Jin, that's kind of after. So he goes in, defeats True Ogre, right? And then Heihachi is gonna go in, but Heihachi goes in, it's in the games as well, right?
Yeah.
Pulls out a gun and kills Jin.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, this whole fighting thing and all that stuff. I'm like, I can still pull out a gun and kill you, buddy. Which he does.
Yeah.
And that's when the Devil Jin comes out. He goes in, trashes the place and everything, and then he flies off, which is kind of what happens in the game.
Yeah. I mean, you would think that these guys flying into brick walls and fucking mountains and shit, they can handle a bullet, but they ain't fucking can. The muscles aren't strong enough for bullets, but
this is
break mountains though.
Yeah, but this is kind of crazy though, because in some of the because in some of the animes and some of the movies and stuff like that, you can actually see Heihachi capture, I believe, if I'm remembering this right, there was a bullet he captured with his teeth.
Inconsistency.
Yep. There's one time that they throw a hatchet or like an axe to him.
Uh-huh.
He goes in, takes it with his teeth, and breaks it.
Look, man, that's just to establish how badass he is. That's it,
Yes. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, but I guess plot.
Yeah. Yep.
Plot. There you go. Plot. Okay.
So it's very interesting because I don't know what they're gonna do next with this. I don't know if they're gonna come in and they're gonna do like Tekken 4, Tekken 5. I don't know if they're gonna keep going.
It looks like they're following it kind of closely a little bit.
Kind of closely, yeah. They're definitely taking some liberties here and there. Just like, let's talk about the roster, right?
Yeah.
Eddie Gordo was not there, right? I believe Lei was.
Okay.
I don't remember well, but I believe Lei was. But, my boy Eddie was not there.
Did you want him there?
Hell yeah. I wanted the capoeira dude to come in there.
Oh, yeah. The dreads.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember him.
He's so good, man.
The guy, so I was confused too because I don't know Tekken as much as you do.
Okay.
The guy with the other dude with the dreads, with the white dreads, he had like kung fu. And I was like, isn't he the guy that does capoeira?
No. That guy is just a complete different guy.
Oh, it's a different guy. Okay,
Yeah.
I knew that was a different guy, obviously by his name and stuff like that. But I was like, why do you have two guys with dreads, man? See, now it's confusing. I was like, is he just old? I don't know.
So with the characters, some of the characters didn't make it, some didn't. Right?
Cut some people.
Yeah. So like, for example, on the third one, Gon, which is the little orange dinosaur, was supposed to be in Tekken 3, the game, but it's not there.
A dinosaur?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a dinosaur with boxing gloves.
Oh, that's the reason why they cut that out.
Eddie. So we already said Eddie Gordo, right? Not there. Now, I think this one kind of hurt you. Forest Law was not in Tekken Bloodline.
Forest Law?
Yeah, the son of Martial Law.
Oh, so Martial Law
is the best friend of Paul Phoenix.
And then Forest Law is the one that's like the young guy in the game.
The son, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
I thought Martial Law was the younger one.
So Martial Law is the father of Forest Law. Forest Law, I believe, only came in this one. All the other ones is Martial Law.
So Tekken 3 is when Forest
Tekken
Law.
3, only Forest Law. And then Tekken 4, 5, 6, or whatever, Martial Law. It goes back to the father.
What?
Yup.
Man, Okay, they probably like martial law better.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Popular.
The other one, it was. I mean, he was in Tekken 3. I believe it's one of those characters that you can like kind of unlock. It was Dr. Boskanovich.
Oh yeah, he was mentioned in that.
Yeah, it was mentioned, but on the Tekken 3, you can actually play him.
You can fight with him?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
And so with Eddie Gordo, right?
Yeah.
There was a character swap palette that you could do.
Yeah.
That you can unlock, which was Tiger Jackson. So it's Eddie Gordo, right? Mm-hmm. It's another person. It's not Eddie Gordo, but almost the same, right? He has an afro, like really big afro,
like
and
70s,
and does
like
capoeira.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool, I guess.
Yeah. So it was just a character
cool.
swap. Yeah.
What about the guy with the boxing gloves? You remember him?
Oh, Steve. Yeah. So he's cool. Shows up in Bloodline, right? But it's not on the game though. So he was a later guy.
Oh, okay, so
because he was the son of Nina.
He wasn't in the anime.
He was, but he wasn't in the tournament.
Oh, was he just like?
They just showed him.
They showed him, and then they showed him losing or something.
Yeah,
just like martial law.
Yeah.
Weird, right? Martial law is my favorite character in Tekken.
And also, Mokujin. Mokujin is it's a wood. It's a tree, a training tree.
Yeah.
Right. So like the ones with the kung fu.
Yeah.
Right. So that comes alive. In Tekken 3, you can play as him. And all he does is he copies another character's fighting style. So every time that you go in and you play with him, it's a different character style every stage. So if you have to do 2 rounds to win, 1 round he's doing, let's say, Lei Wulong style.
Yeah.
He goes to the other one and then he's like Nina Williams. So you got to figure it out.
That's a cool concept. It's definitely a cool concept.
That's you like... as a player for it, I had to like be very good with almost all the characters.
Yeah.
That way I know which one he's doing it. That way I can get the fighting styles.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay.
But overall, I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, 9 out of 10.
It was very good. I really, really liked it.
Okay, coming from someone who played the game, you kind of give it your stamp of approval.
If you are a fan of Tekken, this is a series that you must see.
Okay.
Like I said, the moves are like the same moves that you would do.
Is it like a big cutscene?
Oh man! Like I swear to God, I feel like I was just playing the game.
Yeah, see, it's like a big cutscene.
It was so good. It was so good.
Okay.
The story. So I believe you said like some of the times like you were like a little bit confused on the story. So maybe they can make that a little bit better.
Yeah.
But as somebody who's already played with the games,
You knew it. You're
like, I knew it.
This is when this happens.
Just like what you said about the True Ogre. It was like, is this another person? And then, person who played the game was like, nah, this is the same guy.
Well, yeah. So kind of a prerequisite to kind of know certain things about the game so you can understand. As for me, as a guy that didn't really play, I played, a couple of them, maybe, 3. And I think I played about maybe 6 right before... Played 6.
I think the last one right now is Tekken 8.
Yeah, I think I played 6. When I watched it for the first time, I didn't really know where it was starting. So, Jin was a good starting point for me because so that's you can introduce a main character and he probably follows Jin for the rest of the series, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's a good starting point for me. That's fine. But what got me confused was like the game only content, like. You couldn't understand that unless you played the game, like
the Kazuya, who was Kazuya and stuff like that.
Backstory, like I couldn't really understand that until it was properly explained to me. Yeah. So I think for like a story standpoint, I love story. Even if I knew the game, I would kind of look at it as if I'm a person that's never played the game, and this is my first time seeing it. This is how you're going to be introduced to it.
Gotcha.
Because this is the first season. I'm guessing it's going to be more seasons.
I really, really hope so.
Hopefully it is. So I'm going to give it like a 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, only because it's hard to get into it unless you don't know the game. And I liked it. It was a good story, but you know, it could be better if it was more explanation. It kind of just got into a fight. It got into fighting too much. You know, it's like it had the.
I love it.
I mean, which is good. I mean, it's good. It's a fighting game.
Yep.
But you know, as a story, you know, the structure wasn't there. You know, it wasn't there. It's like just like God of High School. You know,
it's all
like
about fighting.
All about fighting. Fightings are beautiful, right?
What are you talking about? You're talking about the devil gene, all right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, for Tekken, there's not much story there anyway. Like, there's a lot of story, but there's not like a lot of lore. Like Mortal Kombat has a lot of lore.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Street Fighter has a lot of lore.
I think
Tekken. It was to me, this was a good like opportunity to kind of expand on the lore, and they kind of just did what the game did. You know, it's like you could just watch the game cutscenes and
so maybe maybe more world building.
Yeah, world building would be a good.
Characters. Yeah, explain them, but make sure you also explained the world
and why it happened.
Because in Mortal Kombat they do that a lot.
Yeah, so that's 7. It's a 7.
All right. Maybe I'm just looking it through fanboy eyes.
Yeah,
but a 9.
Because you love it.
I loved it so much.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe, and please comment below. See you next time.